ladies and gents, and welcome back to Simple Toaster channel. Today I'm going to be doing an OC review of Katelene by KateleneSagittarius with two special guests. Introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Cajun, or OceanFox89 on DeviantArt.
And I'm Cajun Gargoyle, which that's Cajun Gargoyle on every platform. Alrighty, so for this character, her name is Katelene. Nicknames are Kate and Katybug. Age is 14. Species Inhuman/Demon. Her likes are baby blue, pastel colors, chocolate, drawing, reading, and human flesh. Dislikes are hurting people, even though she loves eating them. Dark pink, puke yellow. Her family, being on stage.
Her bio is that Kate was created by Andy and Tulip. She had some problems with learning due to flaws in her design, but she saw her father's drawings and wanted to be like him, and started to draw. She was always a shy and quiet kid, but she continued to do what she loved to do. She learned to be violent due to her father and thought it was the normal, since I'm guessing that her father influenced her very much. Even though she never wanted to harm people, in the end she did. There's no additional information that's mentioned in her biography. And personality. Kate is a very shy and quiet person who doesn't like to talk to you. She can be violent from time to time, but she doesn't mean it. She's sensitive and a crybaby.
Tattoos, scars, etc. She got tiny scars from her abusive father. Weapon optional, has a shield, ability flowers, has the ability to change her look, turns into liquid ink. Family, Andy, creator/dad, Tulip, creator/mom, Aeon, uncle, friend, Gion, crush, Ducky, Squiddy, enemies. Her only enemy is Jonah.
Now that we've finished reading off the biography, we're going to start discussing about the character's aesthetics and design.
Alrighty, so I love the color palette of this. I really like how the brown meshes with all of the pastel blues and grays, and I like how the skin also meshes well with all of these. What I would have to say though is that you don't really have many colors that pop out aside from the hair and that black part that's right on the chest. That irks me a little bit because, well, irk's not really the right word, but having the heart on the chest, it doesn't really highlight anything else. It just brings your eyes to this blank area that doesn't do anything. Also, I'm not sure if the sweater has 3 different colored sections or if that's a gradient, but in most angles, it is very hard for me to tell between the colors in the sweater. That could just be my poor little blind eyeballs, but you know, if that was intentionally 3 stripes, then you might want to have more color difference between those.
And in my opinion, I do have to agree with Cajun here. I think the color palette is really nice, but I have a few irks of myself too. Like the left sock, it's not the same as the right sock. It's missing a white bit. Besides that, the art style is really cute and all, but the hands, man. Hands. And alongside that, the anatomy is a little wonky-ish because of the arms. But that's just my personal opinion. So, let's see. I think as a creator, you should use anatomical references just in case to help you, with drawing characters that are human. Because from what I can see, the hands are, like I mentioned before, really hard to do. As a creator myself and an artist myself, I have to agree with that. And before we start recording this, me and Cajun and Kahoot had a little discussion, and we mentioned that since this character is an inhuman and a demon at the same time, why don't you add in, incorporate more some type of inky or demon-like aspects to the character? Because for now, it just seems like a human, which that's what we originally thought it was, but instead it was an inhuman. and demon. So if you want, you could just imply that by making, this is my opinion and a suggestion of mine, but like, you know the heart of the chest, you can make it look more inky, like it's dripping ink, so that could make sense. Or the heart area could be where the ink is, the source of the ink is from, so it has a reason why it's black. Besides that, you could also add in some horns and goat legs or whatever to imply that this character is not human.
Another thing that I actually like really liked about the design is the pose that you did. The pose really shows the character's personality rather than just having a neutral stance. So good job on posing.
Yeah.
Now, in my opinion, I think the colors and everything are great. However, and I agree with them on what they said, I'm not going to repeat it, that's redundant. But for the actual outfit choice, it's really bland. It looks like maybe you like started her off with a doodle, and that's fine, but she doesn't stand out as a character if she's just wearing a sweater and socks. She's like a child, so maybe you could give her more childlike clothing, like maybe a school uniform or pajamas, so that she could have a better identity as a character, since there are tons of anime-ish characters that have on sweaters.
Now that we've finished discussing about the character's aesthetics / design, we're going to talk about the background story and the information that we were provided with. So, I have some questions here and there. Like, why doesn't this character have a last name? Because, you know, and since it's part human, it probably should have a last name, unless it's supposed to be a character who doesn't have a name but goes by that name. Alongside that, how in the world was an inhuman demon created? I mean, unless you mean by sexual reproduction, that I could understand, but I highly doubt that an inhuman and a demon could reproduce and crossbreed. Besides that, creator, just a heads up, you had a lot of grammatical errors here and there, and it made things a little hard for me to read. So I'm guessing you don't speak English, or English is not your native tongue. So, just a heads up, ask a friend or two to help you with your biography, since that can help a lot and help you realize mistakes that are there that you didn't notice.
Alrighty, so I guess I would have to agree a lot with Sin right there. There's a lot of questions that go unanswered, and to my understanding, this is a persona, but even as a persona, you still have to treat it as if it is a character. But in certain places, there are little bits of filler, and then in other places, you need a lot more explanation, such as how a human demon ink thing was even made, or how did she learn to be violent due to her father, or like how did this person dislike her family if she looked up to the family? You know what I'm saying?
You dig?
You dig?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and then the filler being such as being on stage. I don't think this character would have a time when they would be on stage. And then not really a critique, but you know, with the lights, you have all these nice baby blue pastel chocolate drawing, reading, and then human flesh. You know, one of these things just doesn't belong here, and
like, some of these likes and dislikes are oddly specific. Like,
Yeah.
dark pink, puke yellow. I mean, you could just say ugly colors in general, because people don't like them.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
I don't really have anything else to add besides what they said, but it would be like important if you explained why she is slow at learning and how she just happened to pick up her dad's violence and his drawing skills. She doesn't seem too well thought out, like not in a bad way, but she seems kind of rushed. And I think it would be better if you spend some more time on her. Also, something that I use a lot for writing is Grammarly. It's 100% free, not sponsored. However, yeah, it's pretty good, and you should use it if you're not too good at English. It messes up a lot. Yeah, I mean not messing up. It notices a lot of mess ups in English, and I'm a native English speaker, so it fixes a lot.
Yep. So, what would you guys rate this character?
Oh god.
Like, out of 10?
I mean, not great.
Yeah, it's a little plain. So, I think I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. What about you, Cajun?
You know, it's not necessarily a bad character, but
Yeah.
it's not a well refined or a good character either.
It's
So,
just in the
for-
middle.
It's a meh character without the eh. I'm just French. So, I guess I would have to give it a 4 out of 10. So it's kind of like an average character, like a bit under average, but not too under average.
And what
I
about
grade things pretty weird, so I would give it a 70 because that's still a passing grade. It's still a passing character, but
Oh,
it
you're doing
isn't
it out of
great.
100.
It's like a C minus. Yeah, so it's a C minus.
Okay. Well, I hope our critiques and opinions helped you here, and stay classy, motherfuckers.
Alrighty, yeah.